Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Chicago Fire boss confirms a big loss coming on the show. The Chicago Fire boss has confirmed some disconcerting news. An NBC TV promo already teased that someone won't make it out alive during the next episode. They raised the stakes for the second half of season 13. Chicago Fire fans have been worried about what that could mean, and if a favorite character might die. Many fans were worried that firefighter Sam Carver, played by Jake Lockett, would reach the breaking point. But would the Chicago Fire writers kill Carver so soon after Violet Mikami lost paramedic Chief Evan Hawkins? Violet still struggles with that loss, even as her relationship with a lawyer progresses, but it's also clear to everyone that Violet still harbors feelings for Carver. There is a big loss coming on Chicago Fire. The promo for Chicago Fire Season 13, Episode 15 features the tagline, "Who doesn't make it out alive?" Several characters are shown in perilous situations, including Jack Damon, Baby Severide, caught in a dramatic fire. Lieutenant Stella Kidd is also shown putting herself in harm's way to save someone, but maybe it's a character not featured in the promo who doesn't survive the episode. Yes, there's a big loss coming, and it will have a profound effect on the rest of the season, Chicago Fire showrunner Andrew Newman stated in a new interview. As heartbreaking as loss can be, it can also bring people together, so we'll see the deepening of some relationships and the fracturing of others. It's also going to cause a lot of chaos in the last few episodes. Buckle up. Newman elaborated. As a reminder, this episode arrives on Wednesday, March 5, at 9/8. Fans will not want to miss a moment of the drama-filled installment called Too Close. More from the One Chicago shows. Chicago Med's new episode has a Chicago Fire crossover. It's a dramatic episode that Fire fans should tune in for on March 5. Chicago Med star Luke Mitchell is now a dad. Mitchell plays Dr. Mitch Ripley, and this is his first kid with his actress wife. Jessa Leese offers time on FBI. International is about to end. Could the former Chicago PD star consider returning to his old stomping grounds? Below is another look at the Chicago Fire TV promo for Season 13, Episode 15. Kidd and Severide eagerly await big adoption news. Chief Pascal searches for the perfect anniversary gift. Reads the simple synopsis for the new episode. Firehouse 51 had seen its fair share of losses over the years, but when Chief Bowden gathered the squad for a somber meeting in the briefing room, the weight in the air was different. "We all know this job comes with risks," Bowden started, his deep voice steady but laced with something heavier than usual. "And sometimes those risks take something from us that we can never get back." A heavy silence settled over the room. Herman folded his arms, glancing at Mouch, whose usual easygoing demeanor was absent. Kidd shifted uncomfortably in her seat, while Severide, ever the stoic firefighter, clenched his jaw. Cruz finally broke the silence. "Chief, what are you saying?" Bowden exhaled sharply, his eyes sweeping over the firefighters he considered family. "A big loss is coming to 51. One that will change us forever." The tension in the room spiked. Everyone in Firehouse 51 had seen loss before, but Bowden's words carried an ominous finality. "Who?" Stella Kidd finally asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Bowden hesitated, his strong presence momentarily faltering. That hesitation said it all. It was personal. It wasn't just any firefighter. It was one of their own. Stella's fingers tightened around the chair in front of him. "No. No way. We can't lose anyone else." "We don't get to choose," Bowden said. "We only get to be grateful for the time we've had." As the meeting broke up, the firefighters dispersed in stunned silence, each processing Bowden's words in their own way. They had all stared death in the face countless times, but knowing a loss was coming without knowing when or how made it feel like a ticking time bomb. The next few shifts were full of unspoken tension. Every fire they ran into, every rescue they executed, felt heavier. The big loss was coming, but it hadn't happened yet, and that was somehow worse. Severide, usually one to keep his emotions locked down, found himself lingering longer at Molly's after shifts. His mind ran through scenarios. Was it him? Was it Stella? Was it Cruz, who had so much to live for with his family? The not knowing gnawed at him. Herman and Mouch, The elder statesmen of the firehouse took to watching over their younger colleagues like hawks. Herman, normally the loudest voice in the room, had grown quieter. He noticed the way Ritter and Gallo double-checked their gear, how even Violet seemed unusually tense. And Bowden carried the weight of the firehouse on his shoulders like he always did, but his eyes held a sadness that the others hadn't seen before. Then, the call came in. It was supposed to be a routine response, a warehouse fire on the south side, reports of workers trapped inside. It wasn't their first, and it wouldn't be their last. But something felt off. The blaze was already roaring when 51 arrived, flames licking at the steel structure as thick smoke billowed into the sky. They moved fast. Severide led his team into the inferno, while Kid and Herman tackled containment. Cruz and Gallo worked on venting the roof to keep the fire from swallowing the whole building. Inside, the heat was unbearable. Visibility was near zero. "I got eyes on one," Violet called out, her voice crackling through the radio. She and Gallo pulled a coughing worker toward the exit as more debris rained down from above. "Keep moving," Bowden ordered from outside. "I want everyone out in 2 minutes." And then it happened. A thunderous crack echoed through the warehouse. The structural integrity gave way. Time slowed. A deafening crash. A burst of flame. A choking cloud of dust and heat. Screams echoed through the radio. Then, static. When the dust settled, it became clear. One of their own hadn't made it out. The firehouse had faced losses before, but nothing could prepare them for this. As the remaining firefighters emerged from the blaze, soot-covered and haunted, the reality hit like a freight train. Bowden's words from earlier that week rang in their heads. A big loss is coming. They never could have prepared for this. Severide sank to his knees. Kid let out a broken sob. Herman and Mouch stood frozen, their faces pale beneath the grime. Cruz was shaking, unable to speak. Firehouse 51 was forever changed. The firehouse would go on, because that's what firefighters do. They carry the weight of loss, of grief, and they keep showing up. They fight the fires outside and the ones within, but this time the flames had taken something irreplaceable. And no amount of water could extinguish the ache left behind. Chicago Fire fans, brace yourselves. The news has been confirmed. A big loss is coming to Firehouse 51. Showrunner Andrew Newman recently teased that the upcoming episodes will bring heartbreak, hinting at a devastating departure that will shake the very foundation of the beloved Firehouse. For a show that thrives on high-stakes rescues, explosive action, and deep emotional bonds, losses are no stranger. However, this time it feels different. Newman's cryptic statement has sent fans into a frenzy, sparking speculation about who might be leaving and how the show will handle such a massive shift. One thing is clear: Firehouse 51 is a family. They have been through it all, from losing Leslie Shea in the shocking Season 3 opener to the gut-wrenching exit of Otis in Season 8. Each loss has left a permanent scar, and now the prospect of another major character departure feels like another wound waiting to be inflicted. Could it be one of the longtime favorites? Kelly Severide has already been absent for stretches of the season, and while Taylor Kinney's return has been highly anticipated, nothing is set in stone. If the show were to permanently write off Severide, it would be a staggering blow to both fans and his Firehouse family, particularly his wife, Stella Kidd. Their love story has been a cornerstone of the series, and a departure for Severide could signal devastating emotional fallout for Stella and the rest of 51. Then there's Mouch, the wise and unwavering veteran. His near-death experience in last season's finale was a wake-up call, and viewers have worried about his future ever since. Could this be the moment he decides to hang up his gear? Or worse, could a tragic call take him away for good? Another possibility is Chief Bowden. As the backbone of Firehouse 51, Bowden has been a father figure to many of the firefighters, guiding them through every challenge with wisdom and strength. If the show were to write him off, either through retirement or an unforeseen tragedy, it would leave a gaping void that no one could ever truly fill.